So, are you still alive?
Yes. Sort of. You know when you're in the period of overcoming, so I'm overcoming COVID right now, which you don't know anything about, but you know when you're overcoming like the flu or a really bad cold, and there's that period of like 2 or 3 days where you're not necessarily actually sick anymore, but you're still full of all the crud that you need to get out of your system.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. So it's just like
right.
This really
All
disgusting.
phlegmy and
yeah, it's this really
nasally.
disgusting, but also gratifying when you like blow your nose and there's like a planet comes out, and you're like,
big
oh, that's
gloppy mess.
That's disgusting, but also good riddance. Get the hell out of my body. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So I just blew my nose just before you asked, actually. And I don't know if it was like a blood clot or what, but it was like a lot of blood in there. And like, yeah. So there may have been some gray matter.
Recently, have you?
Some what?
You picked your nose recently, have you?
No.
No?
But I think I've just been blowing my nose so damn much for the last week that, some sort of protective layer between my sinuses and my brain that is supposed to be intact may not actually fully be intact anymore.
Well, hopefully you'll be feeling better than Cyril Karn from Andor.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
The B Team.
Yeah. I'm Brady.
I'm Carl.
Yeah, we are.
We're reviewing Andor episode 5.
And as
spoilers,
as not so discreetly alluded to, I've got COVID. So I sound like shit. And that's just what it is, and deal with it. Because,
I have to put up with it, so do you.
Yeah. Can I just want to like hot take this. I'm like the king of hot takes. I don't know if you know that. So I would just like to like slap you in the face with a hot take.
Hit me.
This is not only probably the worst episode of Andor so far, but it is
bad.
So useless and just basically 30 minutes of filler.
I'm not the only one. Thank you.
Like there's a good conversation here or there where you're like, oh, this was like, yeah, I kind of like felt this conversation. That was cool. But there's also so many moments like the commander Cyril and his mother.
Cyril Karn. Yeah.
I don't buy the fact that you're mother and son. B, I don't buy any of this dialogue. It's so awkward. It's so
forced
and unmeaningful, and So and my biggest
I hear
piss
what
off.
you're saying completely. This whole episode, I felt like the ball in a professional ping pong match. We never stuck to one scene for longer than a minute.
No.
Every scene almost felt like it was under a minute.
It's all over the place.
Once more, every scene, there were a few, with the exception of a few, didn't give us any new information or new character development. It was all just reiterating stuff we already knew, stuff we already went over. And it was just like, can we just get to the heist?
Literally, our biggest takeaway. Can the heist
not just be 2 episodes?
Yeah. Our biggest takeaway from this entire episode is Mon Mothma's kid is a dick. That is it. But that is what we learned.
Even the Mon Mothma scenes were pointless because last episode 4, we already realized that her home life is crappy and her husband is unsupportive.
Yep.
Why do we need these other two or three scenes from her?
Yeah, we don't.
It was waste of time.
We don't need a reminder that she's destined for a divorce. What we did need and did not get Because I don't know if you remember, I was so friggin' jacked last time. I was like, ooh, this is a dinner party that I can't wait to watch.
That would have been cool. The dinner party would have been cool to see, I think.
The tensions.
That would have been worthwhile.
Oh, yeah. That would have been so good.
Get a little bit more in depth with Mon Mothma's actual struggles becoming a rebel leader, and not that her home life is sucky.
Yeah. Nothing. We didn't get any of that. Instead we get Nemec going, oh, I wrote a book. I don't... I might not be very good, but if you'd like to take a look at I know we're in the middle of doing like a big, important thing, but if you get a chance to look over my manuscript, it'd be, I'd appreciate that. What?
Yeah. The cool part of that scene was them talking about this kind of, not ancient tech, but old tech that the Empire doesn't use. It can't be traced. Stuff that when we get to A New Hope, they're using old technology compared to the Empire.
Foundation of the rebellion. Why. Yeah. But we get a wicked TIE fighter flyby, like a really cool TIE fighter flyby.
That was a cool scene. I like that as well. Like it made TIE fighters feel scary. Because that was...
they've just always, like, the sound of a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
In the science fiction electrical sound effect world, I don't know that there's a more bone-chilling sound.
The scream of that TIE fighter is great. Oh. And, like, being on the ground with our characters and that thing flying overhead and not being in a nice big tank or other starfighter.
They're super vulnerable.
It made you feel vulnerable. It was a good scene.
Yeah.
And that TIE fighter guy was a dick because he didn't need to do that. Like, he saw them and he was like, I'm going to scare these poor guys.
But he's the Empire. Like
these farmers, I'm going to scare them. I'm going to make their sheep run away.
Right? Yeah. There's so much stuff. And the other thing about this episode that, like, really, I don't know, grinds my gears is Andor his character, for the first time, his character seems a little all over the place, in that I'm sitting here watching it going, why is, like, up until this point, Clem has shown up and he's been elusive and a little dubious about this team and the people he's working with. This whole episode, I'm sitting here going, why is he so damn hot-headed? Like, why is he so argumentative and impossible to get along with, and don't touch me?
Yeah.
Don't touch my stuff.
He's trying to hide who he is. He's trying to hide his kyber crystal. He's trying to...
Yeah, but he just very secretive. The guy just touches him on the shoulder and he's like, don't ever touch me.
Yeah. He's
back
being a bit
off.
Of a jerk.
Like,
yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like this was a win for Andor as a character this episode, and a lose because like you're hitting on there, like the show keeps hitting us over the head with things we already know he's really smart, but they just keep hitting us over the head with it, with like, oh, he should stand on the left because he's this handed and he's that handed, and I memorized all the stuff you said, and like we already know he's gonna figure this stuff out. You don't need to show us.
Yeah, and he stands there like
don't tell us. Just let it happen during the heist.
He stands there like a dick for 5 minutes, and he's like, "You don't know how to take off. You don't know how to take off. You honestly don't know how to take off." Like, instead of just being like, "Okay, look, like, this is a shorthanded team. This is a ragtag operation. That these are the underdogs, and that we're trying to take down the man."
Right.
And that you're there for a reason.
I think we're on opposite positions on that scene. That's one of the scenes I thought added something and of value, because
I liked him.
We already knew the team was kind of not all there. That's why he was brought on board. But this is kind of a realization, not only to the person who we're viewing this show through the eyes of Andor, but it's a realization to him. So it's a realization to us that they're not just shorthanded; they're unprepared.
I liked him insisting that he's going to fly.
Yeah.
Right. He says, I'm going to pilot this. And so they're like, no, you're not. And he's like, no, if it's my ass on the line, I am making sure this thing flies out of there.
Yeah.
That was cool. But but something about the preamble leading up to that, I was like, okay, yep, you've said it 6 times now. They don't know how to, like, we get it.
I think he's just stunned. I don't know. I enjoyed that scene. The only other scene, I think, in terms of preparation for this heist that was worthwhile and worthy was when they're hiking towards the camp, the interaction between Andor and Skeens, because they built some tension up between the two of them. But again, they're hitting us over the head. There was already tension there from last episode. And Andor kind of outs himself as being a mercenary, and that's why he's got the crystal, and that's kind of his down payment.
I did like the conversation.
But he does it for good reasons. He does it to kind of like rally the team together. And then later on at night, we see Skeens tell him why he's there, which again is kind of another rallying thing. So like that nighttime scene and that portion of the hike, I think those were important. Yep. But yeah,
I like that.
Everything else before that seemed pretty pointless. I did like the you don't know how to fly this thing out of here scene. I thought that was worthwhile. Mm-hmm. We see like 3 or 4 shots of our Empire trader guy. What's his name? I got it written down somewhere. Grom, prepping the base to be robbed, essentially. But we only need one of those scenes. Why do we need 6 of them?
Because this is a filler episode.
Like, it's nothing but like 70% of this is filler. It's garbage.
I liked the line when he's, when they're walking and she's going over with Clem, like, okay, and what about this? And what about that? And like grilling him to make sure he knows everything. And then he's like, no, my turn. What about Grom? Right. Like, give me some backstory here. Tell me. And I like her response.
How can I trust him?
Yeah. I like her. She has a line at the end of her explanation where she says, everybody has their own rebellion.
Yeah.
That was a cool line. Because I was like, right, everyone's been wronged by the Empire in their own unique, personal way. Like, this is a personal fight for everybody. That was cool. I did like the discussion, the whole, like, why are you going through my shit? And he's like, I see you looking at my tattoo. You know what this means, don't you? Like, that was cool. Sort of this, like, because that gave us a little bit more of a glimpse into Andor's past.
A little bit. But I mean, we can already let our imaginations make those assumptions.
Well, okay, but so here's the thing. In an episode that doesn't have much to enjoy, the scenes that are kind of okay shine through.
That's a strong point.
So literally, I don't know about you. We've that and one little note here that says the Star Wars universe has expressways. What?
That seemed weird. Yeah.
Just fly around. Just go I honestly that is the end of my notes. Like, I don't have anything else to say about this episode except it was boring.
Yeah, I was making notes for every scene as I started watching this show, and my notes just started going, Grom prepping base again. Rebels testing Andor and prepping for the heist again. Grom prepping base. Like, they start getting very... Yeah. They're not really notes. They're more just like cliff notes on what the next scene is.
It's boring. It's filler. And it is... like, to the series... To the season's credit so far, it is such a departure from the quality of storytelling.
Yeah, we got a bit of this kind of storytelling within the first 3 episodes, but it wasn't like this where it was beating us over the head with the same information we already know.
Yeah, and it was just like I don't know. The episode ended, and I was like, because how many episodes are there in this season? It's a long season.
I think next episode's I think there's 1 or 2 more.
No, I think you're wrong, sir.
Is there more?
Andor season 1, number of episodes. I think you've signed up. There's 14 episodes.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Season 1.
So then we got a lot of places to go, and we're wasting time.
Yeah, you've written a bigger contract here than you you realize you have.
So if your notes are done, I do have a few kind of drawn out notes on a few scenes.
Well, I just wanted to say, like, I when this episode ended, I felt like, okay, so like, what is happening in a time where we've departed from 22, 24 episode seasons, and we've been hovering around this 6 to 8 episode season thing, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, for some things it works really well. Like for WandaVision, it was perfect, right? It was like this short, sweet little bundled story. For things like Rings of Power, which just concluded last night, we got 8 episodes of that. I was like, ugh, like just keep going. Just give me more. Like, why are we stopping after 8?
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know. It was just like, okay, so 14, so you're meeting in the middle. What was the decision process in how many episodes there were going to be? Did you decide how many episodes? Like, was that a decision that was made, and then we kind of like figured out the story, and that's why there's this bullshit filler episode? Or did you have this story plotted out, decided then that it was going to take 14 episodes to tell the story, and truly believed that all of the contents of this episode were crucial enough to not just make this a 13 episode season?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a messy episode, that's for sure.
Ugh.
So my other notes, we got a few scenes, I think 2 scenes with our ISB officers, the white coated Imperials.
Yeah.
One was pointless, I thought. Unless for some reason we're going back to, I can't remember the planet, but we go back to Andor's planet that we started on, and they're taking over a hotel or an apartment building and turning it into headquarters. Pointless scene. What was the point of that, aside from showing that the Imperial are dicks, which we already knew? The second one I thought was great. It's a scene with Dedras in her office, going through files, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. She's got this hunch that there's something brewing, and she's about to give up, and her I don't know, secretary, who this guy is encourages her, no, you're onto something, you're right. And he starts listing off a bunch of planets where that she's kind of uncovered some weird stuff going on. So she mentions Kessel, which we see in Solo and we see in some of the animated shows. Fondor. I did some digging and some research on these, which is cool. Fondor is a shipbuilding planet in the Star Wars universe, and it's actually Luthen's ship that we see in the second, third, and fourth episode. A little bit was built on Fondor. Jakku, we hear about Jakku. That's from the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, that's where Rey was. Yeah, the Junker planet.
Something called Base K, which I couldn't figure out anything out on, and Steerguard, which is where the Star Path unit was from, but I couldn't find any information on the planet itself.
But see, here's the thing:
we get some cool lore drops. We get this cool scene where she's about to give up, but then she's like, she dives in. I thought that was a good scene.
In you listing those cool lore drops, you've just reinforced the issue. You shouldn't have to do that much digging in order to find things in the episode that are a lot of fun.
I agree. But you're going to, like, in this day and age, they're going to do it regardless, whether the show's an excellent show or not. Oh, for sure.
Have that stuff in there, for sure. But that shouldn't be the redeeming quality of the episode.
Being good. I agree with that. The scene itself, outside, even without those lore drops, I think is a good scene.
Yeah.
Because the last time we seen her, she was essentially shut down and told to just go about her own business. So I really feel like, and this is, I'm gonna hammer back on my
hammer
theory
away, sir.
That she is going to end up recruiting Cyril Karn. Cyril Karn's uncle is going to get him involved in the Empire, and she's going to end up meeting Cyril, and it's going to kind of start to unravel the web for them. Anyway, the last really kind of big note that I have is on our only scene of Luthen. And I thought this was a good scene because it shows just how invested Luthen is. Like, he is up late in his office just listening to the radio to hear word back from these guys on this planet that are about to pull this heist off. He wants to know if it went off well or if his head's going to roll. And that was really cool.
You know,
and then we also get to
Luthen has not been, like, in the last couple of episodes, he's not been as big a part of this show, A, as I was expecting, and B, as I would like. Like, I don't know. I think the chemistry and the dynamic between Luthen and Andor is so fun. And so the fact that we haven't gotten that in like 2.5, 3 episodes now is I think a miss for me.
Yeah. So in terms of like the concept of the hero's journey thought pattern, which I've mentioned before, it's a really cool thing. You should wiki it. There's a really cool wiki on it. I sent it to Brady. Andor,
I am Brady.
Andor's on this hero's journey, and Luthen really kind of was teed up to be the old wise mentor to Luthen. And as soon as they got together, Luthen pushed him away. So we kind of missed that. Where, in kind of contrast within the same universe, Luke, who's on the hero's journey, runs into Ben, who's with him for a good chunk of time before he's gone, but then he's still always with him, kind of whispering in his ear through the Force.
I have a question.
We're not getting that from Luthen.
I have a question. We say that Luke is on this hero's journey. How far into Luke's journey do you think it took before he genuinely gave up hope on picking up some power converters at Tashi Station?
As soon as he was told he had to clean droids, right? I mean, come on.
I know, but I honestly, like, I don't know. I'm thinking, you know, he's like, all right, yeah, Mos Eisley, Alderaan. I don't want to go to Alderaan. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's a Tashi Station on Alderaan. Like, I don't know. I think we give Luke too much credit for being a hero when really he's just a whiny kid who's pissed off that, you know, that it's not all fun in video games.
So anyway, I really like that scene with Luthen. And there were, again, some really cool lore drops in the background because we're in his antiquities office. That's always fun. Apparently they were in the last episode. They were just a little harder to spot. But there are 2 holocrons, Sith and Jedi, on a shelf behind him.
That surprises me. Okay, so
did you notice them like in first watching?
No. I noticed them.
I noticed them first watching. I was like, "Is that can't be? That wouldn't make sense." And so it's a weird
doesn't make sense.
artifact for him to have.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because the first time we were in his shop, right, and we're like looking around and stuff, there was a part of me initially that was like, ooh, like I wonder if he's got a lightsaber in there. And then I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way he would be allowed to, because there is such
unless he's a bounty hunter or something that's on the outer rim.
Unless he's got
on Coruscant. There's no way.
There's no
he's
way.
He's got a prominent shop on Coruscant.
There's no way
these things are like outlawed.
Yeah, there's no way.
Sidious is collecting, would have that Sith holocron in a heartbeat. Yeah. And according to current lore, not lore that Disney wiped away, Sidious is in search of and wants to destroy as many of these Jedi holocrons as possible.
Oh,
for those who don't know what we're talking about, holocrons are a way for a Force user to store information and knowledge that can only be unlocked using the Force. It's like a USB for Force users.
It's like one of those diaries with a little lock on it, and only Jedis have the key. But like, no, Sidious is in when it comes to Jedi paraphernalia or memorabilia. He is in the book burning business.
Yes.
Like there is nothing. There's and so it wouldn't make sense for him to have anything in there. Not even. Because I'm like, there could be so many cool little, like you could have one of the little Jedi rebreathers in there.
Yeah.
Right? Just on a shelf. And that'd be like a fun little, and I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no way that he would, especially because so much of the purpose of this shop is for him to keep up appearances and seem as though he is, from a business standpoint, visually, Luthen is not going to risk pushing the boundaries, pushing the line at all.
Yeah, he doesn't want to draw attention to himself.
No, he's a good little Imperial, do what he's told, good boy.
So here's the really
holocrons,
crazy
I don't know
thing
if that
about
makes
this.
sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense that he doesn't want to draw attention. But here's the really crazy thing. So I watched a breakdown video just to kind of pulls out all the Easter eggs and shows them off. And this Sith holocron has appeared in a Disney Star Wars film previous to this.
Has or has not?
Has. It appears
holocron.
in...
Wait, let me guess. No, turn this into trivia.
Okay, which movie do you think it's in? It's in a movie, not in a TV show.
An episodic film?
You want me to give you all the hints?
No, this is not. That narrows it down.
No, it's not an episodic film. It's not one of the trilogies, which really breaks it down for you.
So then it's either Rogue One or Solo. I'm gonna go with Solo only because Rogue One. Well, no, Rogue One, we see like Vader's castle and stuff. Ooh, that's a toss-up. But Solo, there's a lot of these like dingy trading, stolen goods, black markety kind of shit going on too. I'm going to go with Solo because that's what I said first, but after I said it, I realized there's also a strong argument for Rogue One.
Yeah, so you're right. It shows up in... Drayden Voss's office.
Yeah, see, that makes sense.
So Drayden Voss is like the big...
he's Paul Bettany.
Yeah, he's the... what do you call it?
Douchebag.
Antagonist. He's the antagonist for the Solo film.
Yeah,
and also Darth Maul is his boss.
Yeah.
So he's in possession of this holocron. So there is some this is possibly not just a recreation, not just a... like what do you call it when you've got your sword of Aragon that looks like the real one, a replica. It's not there's not possibly these aren't replicas, they're the real thing because it shows up in another film that has ties to a Sith. So yeah, it's an interesting it's an interesting Easter egg that could kind of, it's kind of weird in one sense, because like we were saying, he shouldn't have these.
Now,
so there got to be replicas. But then with this kind of this Sith holocron showing up in another film, it has some evidence for it potentially being legit.
Now, there's also like there's a very, very big display of a holocron, of a Sith holocron in an episodic film too, right? Like, we're not...
I don't know if there were to be one in an episodic film, it would have been in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
But I don't remember there being one.
Are we not considering, I don't know, maybe I'm getting things turned around here, but is not that little pyramid shaped thing that Kylo Ren is hooking into the nav system so that he can go find the Sith planet? That's got to be a holocron.
I don't think it is. I don't think they called that a holocron.
Well, they called it the Jedi Wayfinder or something. But like, I don't know. It's the same shape as a holocron.
It is a Sith one, triangle. Sith ones are always not triangles, pyramids, and
a pyramid.
Jedi ones are always square.
Yeah, they're like cubed. I don't know. Anyways, this episode sucks.
Yep. It wasn't good.
Balls.
Lots of pointless scenes that beat us over the head with stuff we already know.
So, I mean, it doesn't feel necessary to ask, but sir, was episode 5 of Andor a win or a fail for you?
It was a big loss for me. Like, jumping around quickly to scenes. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, even like this is so I talked about jumping back and forth a lot. And it felt there was lots of scenes where we were jumping, we were with our rebel group planning the heist, and then we'd jump away for half a minute, a 30-second clip of Mon Mothma, then jump back to them, and then we'd jump away to Grom prepping the facility for 30 seconds, then we jump back to them, and it just felt like, are you just using these 30-second shots as wipes instead of actually just giving us a wipe? Like, to advance, to show an advance in time?
Quite possibly.
Instead of just putting it all in one scene?
Yeah, quite possibly.
It felt rushed and dirty and unnecessary. Yeah, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
In any capacity. There's the tension that they were trying to build fell flat because of it. I didn't enjoy it at all. And how about you? Did you like this?
Star Wars has taken the L on this episode. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I'm glad that you agree, because I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I could hear the conversation play out in my head where I was going to come on and be like, man, this episode sucks. Like, it's just filler and there's nothing really in it that furthers anything. And I could hear you saying, oh, I disagree. I think this has got so much in it. And it's very important.
They just keep building on stuff that we already know.
I'm going to have to sit for half an hour and listen to him explain why this piece of trash is significant somehow. No, it's so bad.
It's bad.
So bad.
So
high hopes for the
You know what this means?
6.
Next episode's got only one way to go.
Yeah, it can only be better.
It can only be better. They spent all this time setting up stuff that didn't need to be set up.
Yeah.
For
unless
what should have been a payoff this episode.
There's only one way it could be worse. There's only one thing that could make the next episode worse. I was saying to Pete, we were talking about Rings of Power. It's in one of the more recent episodes we just did. And because he's been very hit and miss on the show, and I've been drinking the Kool-Aid. I have been drinking the Lord of the Rings of Power Kool-Aid. And I said, honestly, the only thing, even with all the lore changes, like, I understand the lore changes. I don't like all of them, but I get it from like a practical appealing to a broader general audience. Like I understand making some of these changes. I said the only thing that could screw this show up for me at this point is if like Bilbo Baggins shows up and like and
something
and
that's way out of continuity.
And that is the only thing. I think that's
Even
the only thing.
For me, wait, on that, but
that's the only thing that could make Andor episode 6 worse than this one is if Bilbo Baggins shows up, because then I'm going to be sitting there going, hold the phone.
What just happened?
Yeah. What the actual shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this episode does everything wrong. We just reviewed Werewolf by Night. If you haven't heard of that episode, go check it out. Werewolf by Night did everything right. This episode did everything wrong. Like they're polar opposites.
Yeah.
Like Werewolf by Night.
Way to go, Disney.
Yeah, it's so different. Like shorter time period, did a way better job of telling a story.
Yeah.
This has got, what'd you say, 14 episodes?
Yeah.
And how do you screw one of those episodes up so badly?
So badly, especially when it's not like the show's been hit or miss. This has been a pretty damn good show so far. Yeah. I would say, listen, not only is this a pretty damn good show, outside of, I want to make sure I believe in what I'm about to say. Since the prequels, and I'm not saying that, this is not me weighing in on whether or not I love or hate the prequels. But since the prequel era, so in the last 17 years, this might be the best, removing this episode from it, the Andor series might be the best on-screen Star Wars storytelling that we've gotten. I think this is a better show, again, minus this episode. I think the storytelling has been stronger than Mandalorian. I think it's definitely stronger than Boba Fett.
It's better. I would say it's better than Boba Fett. If Boba Fett had been a linear story instead of jumping back and forth in time, I think it would have been better.
Boba Fett
I don't
was
think
like
it's better than Mandalorian yet.
Boba Fett was just a massive like fan service gone wrong. Is all it was.
Yeah, I like if the story were linear, I would have liked it a lot better, for sure. The time jumping back and forth, I thought didn't help it.
No,
in any capacity. It just kind of muddied the waters to something that should have been a nice, clean story.
Yeah.
As far as this show compared to Mandalorian, I really, really liked The Mandalorian. It does a really good job of conveying the characters and their motives and the action leading into the action sequences, building the tension and creating exciting just moments in conversation really well.
I wonder
if, like that whole back to what I had just mentioned earlier, like this episode compared to Werewolf by Midnight doing everything right, this one doing everything wrong. The Mandalorian series, I felt like Werewolf by Midnight did everything right. Yeah. There's not a lot of lulls. There's not a lot of repeating information we already know. If they tell us something about something, then for the rest of the show, they just show it. They don't like repeat that, oh, Beskar armor is invincible. They don't keep telling us that. They just show us how invincible it is.
Yeah, but I wonder if some of that is that we've had a lot more of The Mandalorian. Like, if we're just taking the first 4 episodes, because again, we're excluding this episode. If you take the first 4 episodes of Andor up against the first 4 episodes of Mandalorian, I think Andor has a stronger start. I think it's a stronger show.
No, I disagree. Because the first 3 episodes of Andor were a slow burn. And it took till the end of the 3rd episode for us to even buy in.
You're a slow burn. Anyways, thank you for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There's links for all those below. Our merch, our Patreon. It's what helps us grow the show, keep the show running, keep the food and keep the blue milk in the mouths of the people. Also, there's something we didn't talk about.
Fruity Pebbles?
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
What the actual hell was that?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's not just like, oh, look guys, blue milk. It was also like, look what a little food coloring and some corn pops can do. Oh my God.
When I saw that, my thought and expression was the exact same as Cyril's. He picks it up and he's like, he throws it back down. I'm just like,
exactly.
Really? Can we just give him a cup of blue milk? That's all. We don't need new food.
So stupid. All right. Anyway. Thank you for listening. Check out all those things. But most importantly, let us know. Reach out to us. Let us know what you think of Andor Episode 5. Are we missing the mark here? Was this like the strongest, most important, influential, groundbreaking, plot furthering episode of all of them? Or are you with us and think that, holy hell, how could something that was going so well make such a left veer all of a sudden?
Yeah. And if you want to hear more about our thoughts on this, stay tuned for our next episode when we hopefully review a better episode.
That was a nice plug. That was good. You're upselling. I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
I'm all about the upselling.